Marconi.
Just take a poodle squirt on and let him go.
A poodle squirt?
And then
Nick.
I like hot dogs. They're my favorite.
Tiny.
It's my colostomy bag is acting up.
Marconi, Nick, and Tiny.
don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore.
Don't tell.
Back together.
Greetings, podcast compadres. It's Marconi. As you may or may not know, each week we record the podcast in separate places. Nick and Tiny are at Nick's house in his studio, and I am in mine. What usually happens when we're done recording an episode, Nick sends me his file of his and Tiny's isolated audio, and then I sync it up with mine. Then you get a podcast that sounds more like we're in the same room together. Well, this week, somehow things got discombobulated, and Nick's isolated audio included their headphone feed. Are we clear? Judges? All right, fine. Which has my voice over what sounds basically like a Zoom call, which includes some glitchy, unstable audio, like this. A lot of times we like to tell you what we're up to, and this. I heard that on the podcast, and sometimes this. When I said poodle squirt, what came to mind? And because that glitchy headphone feed is there that I need, it makes it near impossible to replace it with my clean, isolated studio quality feed. Get excited about cars a lot. Well, it's a nightmare, to be honest. I'd rather be enrobed in fudge on a cold day. So I just wanted to apologize for that. And if you want to blame anyone, blame Nick's engineer.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
But regardless of technical issues, I hope you're still able to enjoy today's episode. It's me, Marconi. I'm back together with my friends. My only hobby is seeing how close I can get to squirrels before they run away. So thank God I have this podcast with my friend Nick, who's, well, he's like a peanut butter filled cookie enrobed in milk fudge.
I sound really delicious.
Yeah, I don't think he really appreciates these intros, but a man who does appreciate a good intro, his sponge baths for the elderly OnlyFans didn't work out quite as well as he'd hoped, but he's still working on it. He won't give up. Say hello to Tiny.
Yeah, no, everyone, it's me. It's nice to finally meet everyone today. Hi.
Now, Nick, I don't know if it's happening over there. Tiny sounds like he might be coming to us from a toilet. That's okay, Tiny. If you have to do the podcast from a toilet, you know what? You're our friend. We accept you the way you are.
I've eaten a lot of cheese.
You got to be near a restroom at all times, right?
It's my colostomy bag is acting up.
There's a lot going on. I miss you guys when we're not together. You know,
I want to hug you.
I think about you.
Yeah, I wonder what. A lot of the time when I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about like what you're actually doing during the day and how many times you scratch your butt and eat.
In rehearsal, Tiny, I don't know if you heard, but I was belting out some mighty, thick Whitney Houston vocals. You joined me with a couple of chorus lines of our favorite improv line for songs is "Don't Tell Me."
It means so much.
I don't know. Maybe we should do that right now. I mean, we did it enough in rehearsal. Why not just give them a little bit, just a taste? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can give them.
Are you ready?
Give them a little bit. Yeah.
Don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore.
Don't tell me again, 'cause I don't want to be your friend. Did you hear?
I think you can get the idea, but I think it was a little better in rehearsal. But whatever. We'll fix it in post.
Did you hear how hard I had to take a breath?
A lot has been going on. What's new with you, Andy? What have you been up to?
I've been working a lot, and I've been playing a lot of games.
No, Magic the Gardening.
Magic the Gardening. Yeah, we haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah, I play a lot of Magic the Gardening, everyone.
Brief me again. It's not about actual gardening, right?
No, it's about you have to destroy your opponent with skills.
It's what overweight teenagers who live in their parents' basements play.
I mean, you're not all the way wrong, but it's a little more than that, Nick.
And they don't get up and go to the bathroom. They go in a bucket.
I know people like
Do
that.
they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they daren't leave the game because they could lose, or they could lose some magic defending spaghetti points, and so they go in a bucket so they don't have to leave.
It's horrible.
Couldn't they just take bathroom breaks at the same time?
No, because then your opponent would take advantage of you.
Yeah, it's too fast paced. You know,
No, I mean, like, couldn't everyone at the same time say, okay, we're going to take a break now.
Well,
Everyone get up.
Here,
No.
let,
We'll
let
take
me
turns
paint a
going
let
to
me
the
paint a
bathroom
picture for you
and-
because this is how it works, right? So here's the picture. You've been playing this game for 18 hours straight, and you've been sitting on the couch
God.
playing it, and you desperately need to go to the bathroom. And if you say, "Hey, everyone, let's take a 5-minute break," and then somebody lets you go to the bathroom and they continue playing without you, you could lose the game that you've been fighting to win for 18 hours. So
So it's not a game for prostate dad.
no.
no, but
No.
for toilet dad, yes.
Eaters shouldn't play it.
Couldn't they all take a break at the same time and have a slice of pizza, get a drink, go to the bathroom?
No,
wash
they
their
couldn't
hands,
because
and then say, okay, everybody go back to the couch. Here we go.
No, because they couldn't do that uniformly because all the games that are being played are at different points in the game, so everyone it wouldn't be able to work like that. I see what you're trying to do.
Sounds like a flaw in the game to me. I mean, if you can't go to the bathroom,
Listen, if you're a weakling
I'm
and
out.
you
I'm
need
sorry, if I
to
can't-
urinate and you need to defecate on a regular basis, then you're weak and you shouldn't win the game.
would it stop the game if I on someone?
Well, they're not in the same room. They're all in their own mum's basements.
Yeah, just start shitting everywhere. Just William on everything.
You be shitting on your own
Like,
basement.
just take a poodle squirt on and let them go.
A poodle squirt?
And then that's
Gamers don't poodle squirt. They giant mammoth log.
Yeah, what's a poodle squirt? You got to explain that one. Don't just go by that one like everything was okay. Like, what's a poodle squirt?
when I said poodle squirt, what came to mind?
I saw immediately a little poodle who was like struggling to get a poop out, and just a little squirt comes out.
Yeah, imagine a poodle with like slight diarrhea, but not all the way slight. So he's got like a long, swirly, like soft serve almost.
You're well informed about how poodles poop. Is this another one of your study habits, like the spaniel thing?
Yeah, are you an expert on poodle
My
squirts?
spaniel experience.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever almost burned down your house before?
What? Yes,
No.
I have.
Maybe.
Twice.
I don't know.
It's happened to me twice in the last 3 or 4 years. One was I had oil in a pan and I was looking up a recipe on the internet and I turned the heat up too high and I forgot about the pan as I was looking for the recipe
Yeah.
and it caught fire. And that was the dumbest one, right? Okay.
Oh man.
So that was on me. And this one kind of is too. I watch a lot of TikToks and they give you a lot of ideas on how to make different things, food and stuff like that. Some life hacks, some tricks. And one of them is how to make a quick quesadilla in your toaster.
Oh yeah.
You just sprinkle the cheese. Yeah, right?
I seen that one.
And I've tried it and it worked just fine like the first couple of times I did it. And then one time I decided, you know what? I'm going to add some of these chicken strips that I made. And for whatever reason, it was too much and it pushed the cheese out a little bit. And that got caught into my toaster and it melted just enough that it coagulated. It wouldn't come out after it was done,
Why did you
So then
screw with the
there was
basic
cheese.
quesadilla? I mean, clearly you were given the recipe and you didn't follow it.
Yeah, you got greedy. Let's just be honest.
You couldn't just have cheese and a tortilla. You had to have chicken.
But and it did work. The chicken quesadilla, the chicken cheese quesadilla did work once. So I got, a little cocky, perhaps.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe a little.
You
I got
stuffed your
confident
chicken.
and
You
cocky, and I
stuffed
thought
your
I could do it.
chicken.
And then maybe I was on the phone or something and I was doing it and thought, I can do this. I've done this before. No big deal. And then some of the ingredients got lodged in the toaster, which I thought turning it upside down, shaking it, taking that tray out, cleaning it, all that stuff. I thought that my toaster was fine. Now I've had this toaster. It's a nice toaster. It's like a KitchenAid. What the hell is it? I can't remember now. I've had it for like a decade. A nice toaster, a Cuisinart. That's what it is.
Oh, that's solid.
And the next time I went to make some toast in the toaster, it started to catch on fire. And so you unplug the toaster first, so you don't have an electrical fire. That's your first thought. And then I have a fire extinguisher. But there's also, I live in an apartment, there's also one in the hallway, and my mind is like, well, I don't want to waste this fire extinguisher. But why would I think that? Like, I need to save the fire extinguisher in case there's another fire? What am I saving it for?
For the bigger one?
But this toaster, the situation with the cheese and the cockiness and the making of the quesadillas and the thing almost burned down my apartment. And I was really bummed. Because I love that toaster, and there's literally nothing wrong with it, and I probably could get it fixed. But then I'm like, am I just like that old grandpa? It's like, oh, I love that toaster, and I gotta now. You go to the grandson and go, we need to find a place in the city that fixes toasters, and the grandson's like, Grandpa, just buy a new toaster, you old ass.
Yeah, you old ass. Yeah.
Grandpas that like scuff their shoes and they're like, there's no cobbler in the city. Where do I find a cobbler? Just go on Amazon and buy a new pair of shoes. It's not a big deal. But these are fine. I've worn them for 30 years. They just need a new inner lining.
Yeah, a whole new soul.
Buy a new pair of shoes, Grandpa. Just buy a new toaster. So that's what I did. I got the same exact toaster. And when the toaster came, I don't know why. It's a toaster. I've had it for like a decade, right? I got a little sad. Why? It served me well, but the box that the new toaster came in became the old toaster's coffin. And it made me sad.
Oh, that is sad. I know, I get it. I get that.
Like I played Boys to Men, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday in the background.
It's
and
so hard.
I was going to make a TikTok video about it, but I was like, no, it's just too sad for me. It's an end of an era. I've been toasting. Andy, I'm sure that you've had toast from that toaster before.
I have.
You know what I mean? Like that's how long I've had it.
Yeah. No, I know I have.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just the memories that go along with all those toastings. But after all, you just have to get over it and move on. I got a brand new toaster, and now I have it. Now, here's the thing. I got a brand new toaster. I've used it like once in 3 weeks. I'm just not ready yet. I had a piece of toast, and I was like, I'm not ready.
Yeah. You haven't moved on.
You have to do it in your own time, right?
Yeah, take it slow. Maybe just put in one slice, not two.
Yeah.
Just one slice, butter it a little bit, get in, get out, get in what you need for and get out. Maybe in a couple weeks you can put in 2 slices and take your time, but for right now you're just a one slice kind of guy. I get it.
Well, and how long will it be before I want to try to make a cheese quesadilla in there again?
I don't think you should put a timeline on yourself. I feel like you're going to get up in the middle of the night, you're going to grab the tilla, you're going to grab some shredded cheese, and you're going to know what's up. You're going to know what time it is, and you're going to do it, and it's going to come out successful. You're going to enjoy it. You might shed a tear, but it's okay. Get yourself something cold to drink and go back to bed. It's fine. You'll do it. I have faith in you. I'm proud of you.
Now, do I have a problem if the same thing happens again and I have to buy another toaster? Should I get help after that?
Yes, I think you should. Or you could get something, because it sounds like you're used to, like, no offense, a basic toaster. So what if you got something exotic. What if you got a 4-piece toaster? You know what I mean? What if
It's too much. That's overwhelming.
not? Well, with that attitude,
You
got to get out of your comfort zone.
I have seen the ones with the digital interface. I thought were pretty cool, but I don't trust a lot of technology. You know, it's like those catalogs you see the Sky Mall when you're in the airplane, and you're like, no, that's just a piece of junk.
Yeah.
And the reason I got this toaster is I knew maybe this is my last and my second and final toaster as an adult.
I don't believe that. I feel like you're gonna get the toaster that has the attachments to warm up the hot dog at the other side of it.
You just want me to get that so you can come over and have hot dogs warmed up.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Nick, you can come over too.
I like hot dogs.
Is that
Yes.
what, Nick?
I like hot dogs. They're my meaty favorite.
You what?
Bangers and mash.
I'm sorry, it cut out. What did you say?
I like meaty hot dogs. They're my favorite.
I've got like a giant high ass.
What a visual.
Is it one of those things where you have to spread them and show them Old Glory?
But also on the other hand, I'm now gonna be the butthole guy.
Snakes and tongues and women wearing bits of string.
Get up right now for some snacks because we'll be right back.
If you haven't figured out the internet by now, get out.
Yeah, backtogetherpod.com. That one.
You know the internet is my nemesis.
25 hours of original content.
Backtogetherpod.com.
The fact that none of the episodes have made me go to therapy. That's my favorite part.
I really enjoy the fact that sometimes even we don't know what we're talking about.
Find previous episodes and more at backtogetherpod.com.
There's no need to bring your brain here. So this is a menu that's been on the internet for a long time. It's kind of an internet classic, if you will. It's weird. I don't know what it really is. I don't believe it's real, but I'm not sure. It's called Fudd's Menu. There are a lot of different items on here that this is what I would order for Nick. Chicken.
I have that almost every night.
It's spanked with cinnamon garlic
Yuck.
and dimpled with a freshwater whale tit sauce.
Bring me two.
Wild Dog Fred's Hungry Boy Skillet.
What? Maybe I'll get that. I don't know.
They have thick crusted stringer chunks.
Yeah.
With an aioli Grete Russian mousse. Rounded flank stringers with a Yankee poisoned marinara and fuzzy rice curds.
Stop it.
What's fuzzy rice curds and why are they still being served?
I like the ocean critters. Tickled shrimp with basil bark and tartar pyramids couched on a sand sheet. What the is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Crumped tea host? What is crumped tea host? Oh, like crumped toast with plucked peach pubes and Mizretti family chutney.
I want to eat that.
know what the Mizretti family chutney is.
Yeah.
Shanked goat carcass
Oh,
in a powdered dress for two.
Delicious.
the shirtless loin of crack. That looks great.
A what?
The shirtless
Crack?
loin of crack. H-R-A-K. Crack.
What is a pink chunk cobbler spattered with wine yogurt?
Me and my ex's last Friday night together. That's what it was.
It's like bloody gleesh or something.
Oh, gleesh. I hate that word so much.
Oh, here's tiny turds.
Yeah. I got my own signature item.
Small crabbed chicken dunkers. Sounds delicious for $5.
I want some chicken dunkers.
Would you like little wienerlets? They're 32 ween.
32
What
ween.
does that mean? 32 ween. Wienerlets. Oh, here's another one. Tiny clumps of turkey.
Yeah.
What is a magic meat cup with bad boy stringers?
Yeah, well. Anybody who eats a meat cup should be going to jail.
That's a really good porn title name.
All of these could be probably an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Like OnlyFans video titles. Nut and Toffee Crunch Crunch. Free. It's free. If you sit down, you get free Nut and Toffee Crunch Crunch. Oh, don't forget Bean Pleasers.
Oh, don't forget them.
I like the idea of the two bean dick bread wrap. clammed with panty slaw, pretzel snaps, Ryan's rice, Las Vegas cheese, and a Grinch drenching.
Just 6 hot dog wieners, $60.
That's it. That's a hell of a deal, dude.
Why does it say hot dog wieners? Why does it need that?
There's a difference.
Regular hot dogs and then hot dog wieners?
Yeah.
Cream bags and pepper slippers. Oh my God. Devil's meat cup christened with a side of grade chicken spikes.
Why haven't we eaten here yet?
Ant touched dirt and buffalo stuff.
What's Danish scuzz? And how is it different from,
Come to Fuds, a journey in food taste from mouth to toilet. Try from any of our hundreds of mouth-watering menu items. The tickled shrimp with basil bark and tartar pyramids, couched on a sand sheet. Try our Swedish chicken, spanked with cinnamon garlic dirt, and dimpled with a freshwater whale tit sauce.
The sauce was so good.
I loved it. In fact, they can't put enough sauce on anything I eat.
And you can't go wrong with our 2-bean dick bread wrap, crammed with a panty slaw, pretzel snaps, Ryan's rice, Las Vegas cheese, and a Grinch drenching. Fuds has something for everyone. Fuds, open Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. Saturdays, 4 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Have we had any fun today?
I've had 17 grams of fun.
You know, the thing I wanted to mention too, that I've started a lot of new podcasts. There's one that's called Weird News Now, where I just give you weird stories. Andy, would you like to hear one of the stories? Which one do you want to hear? A woman's hotel bathroom horror story will have you scared to leave your home, or a dead iguana found in the freezer of a Florida pizza place, or a politician caught sniffing women's underwear during an online meeting. Which of those would you like to hear?
The politician.
A politician was caught sniffing women's underwear during an online meeting. When the coronavirus pandemic first had all their non-essential employees doing their jobs from their homes, many people ran into issues with working from home. And not just little things like not having any sound on a Zoom meeting, but things like topless dads walking in during news reports, bathroom trips during video conferences, to animals interrupting weather forecasts. And one reporter was even caught cheating. Plenty has gone down over the last few months. Now there's another one to add to the list. It happened in Brazil, in a town council meeting that convened online to discuss taking down some trees in the area. It was an otherwise uneventful meeting, except that one member spent it smelling women's underwear. This council member can be seen taking out a pair of red panties and bringing them to his nose, clearly unaware that his camera was on. He's since explained what was going on, saying that he got the underwear as a joke gift and thought he had turned off both the camera and microphone before opening it, but accidentally had it on and only disabled the mic. He stated, "It was a misfortune of my lack of practice with this technology. I wore a pink shirt as a joke, and a friend sent me some panties. It was an edible item of one of those sex shops. That's why I sniffed it. I have a family. It was just a joke that because of my naivete became public." The politician said he didn't mean any disrespect to any of his fellow council people who were speaking as he opened the gift. He added, "I agree that it wasn't the moment to do this, but I wasn't speaking. I was following the agenda. When a counselor is at home, they can do anything when they join a session, and I went to open the package and I was caught." The council is investigating the incident and will decide if they plan to take any measures. I'm Marconi with Weird News Now. And that, by the way, is included in our Spotify playlist. And then I have another Marconi Baloney podcast that I started. It's usually right before I fall asleep. I do it from my phone. Last week, I talked about the history of wigs from powdered to present. And I think there's some important stuff in there to think about. Like when you think about seriously, when the people that were writing the Constitution were doing that, men were seriously wearing, not even as a joke or as a comedy sketch, they were wearing powdered wigs, and they weren't laughing.
No, like that was like
that's
serious.
kind of strange.
Yeah.
And Nick, I mean, in England, does Parliament still take hold with powdered wigs?
But judges do. If you go to Crown Court, they still wear wigs. Now, that shows up.
But not as a goof, right? They're serious about that. It's all serious business.
No, it's serious. They still wear wigs in court.
But I talk seriously. It was just my thoughts on, like 90% of comedy is wigs. Like SNL would be nowhere without wigs. Can you imagine a world wigless?
No.
It's not right.
No, not at all.
Wigs make everything better.
They really do. And so I just, in my ramblings before I went to sleep. So, I'll include a link to those in the description of this episode if you're interested in those podcasts. Do you have any thoughts to end today's episode?
I'd like to say to everyone out there that I'm thinking of you, and to not wait until a holiday weekend at 4:00 to call for your medication. Go count your pills and call your doctor. No, don't call your doctor. Call your pharmacist first, then your doctor.
And here's just a random thought to shut things down, but to make you think. If you smash open a carousel horse like a piñata, it's filled with olives, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes. Try it sometime and find out for yourself. Thank you.
Marconi, Nick, and Tiny. Back together.
Find full episodes everywhere you get your podcasts.
At backtogetherpod.com.